Hey everyone, Miss Wilkins here. I am going to be talking about the E major scale, 2 and 3 octaves for the violin. Okay, this is the explanation video. So, if you take a look at the finger chart that I've given you, if you're one of my students, is that we start off in first position. We're going to play a homey 2 high 3 pattern on both the D and the A strings, but on the A string we're going to shift into fourth position. That means when we get to the fourth finger, we're going to, instead of play fourth finger, we're going to play our first finger, and that will put us in the fourth position. In fourth position, we will play a homey 2 high 3 on both the A and the E string. So let me walk you through that slowly. Now, you can play open going up, so I just have fourth finger notated there, but now here's where I'm going to shift. Now this note should match my open E string. From here I can play my homey 2 high 3 pattern. And I just slide sideways with my finger directly horizontally over to the E string. Okay, so that gets me all the way up to the top of the second octave. I like to repeat the top note. Now when I need to change strings, I'm going to put my fingers on the E string, stack them the way in the pattern that I need. And then just peel. From here, shifting down to a high 3, I'm going to find my first finger and actually put my fingers down. And now I'm going to use fourth finger stacking on my D string. Okay, so that is the anatomy of this scale. I've gone over it pretty quickly, but each of those different areas are sort of like, an obstacle course or a championship, an event in a championship. So each of those areas you want to successfully pass. Now, looking at the 3 octave scale for E major, this scale is a fourth position scale. So it's going to start on the G string. I'm going to get up into position by finding my fourth finger D. And now, but that note is not in the scale, so that is just my orientation note. So the next note, that is the note that I want to start on. Now if you take a look at your finger, if you put it down like this, if you follow the purfling of your instrument, your finger is actually on the fingerboard right at the level of the purfling. Okay, so that's how I find E for this scale. And I'll just walk you through it. We're going to play a homey 2 high 4 on the bottom 2 strings. So that gives us our first octave. From here, we're going to play a whole step and then shift a whole step to G sharp to get us into 6th position. Okay, and so that is a major third or 2 whole steps. And from here, my second finger is an A. So that can match there. And from here, I'm going to play a homey low 2 pattern on both my strings and up until the E string. Okay, now this is E, second finger. We can match with that open string. And from here I'm going to just creep up half steps and whole steps. So second finger, shifting to 1, whole step 2, shift half step to 1, 2, whole step 3, whole step D sharp 4, and a half step, slide my finger very little. And then coming down the same way. Now you'll notice that this top octave is super tight. Do not stretch your fingers very far. As you go up, everything gets increasingly smaller. So by the time you're up at the top of it, you're barely moving your finger. I also bring my thumb around here and I did a wrong fingering. You should end up 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And it's basically, I'm just wiggling my finger. There's not much to move there. Okay, so I've got my thumb all the way around. And I gently bring it back around as I'm landing. And then setting my fingers in that pattern on my A string. And shifting down in the same way. I'm not changing the fingering, I just missed one. Okay, and then open all whole steps. Okay, so that is your both 2 and 3 octave scales for the violin. Stay tuned for a practice video. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.